Hi, I'm Dave Miller. I'm here to teach you how I have had a successful vision board. I've spent some time looking at all the stuff out there on vision boards. There's a lot of different opinions, and I just wanted to figure it out because it didn't really make sense to me. And so over the past years, I've listened to different people. I've had different mentors, and I've figured out a way that I can have success with vision boards. And I want to share that with you. So we're going to go over how exactly to create it, placement, things that can be successful, and things that will kill your vision board. So let's get started. So the first thing is the placement of your vision board. It doesn't need to be perfect either. I want to preface everything saying this, it does not need to be perfect. We just need to have one, and so that it will work. So the placement, you need to put it where you can see it. So many of you have a vision board and you have it behind a closet door, behind a cupboard, somewhere really obscure where no one can see it, and you just kind of keep it private. Let's not do that, because that's basically telling your brain and telling the world that you're ashamed of your vision board. And we can't be, it's not going to work if we're ashamed of it and we never look at it, right? So I want you to get it as close to your bed as possible. So what does that look like? So let's start. We need organization. Our brain likes that. So we need some kind of frame. Now, before you run out to Hobby Lobby or someplace and buy a bunch of fancy stuff to match the decor of your room, it can be simple. That first vision board that I had was painter's tape. It was just that blue painter's tape that you can buy, and I just stuck it to the wall, ripped it off. It wasn't pretty at all, but I needed a frame to start with so that I could see everything that was inside this frame. But get it as close to your bed as possible. I'll show you a picture of mine in just a minute, and I'll tell you why that's important. And then the placement, it needs to be where you can stand and you can see the whole thing. So your eyes should be just above the center of the vision board. That's where you can kind of see it the best. And it should be something like 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet, or 2 feet by 3 feet, something reasonable that you can see. And then you're familiar with tic-tac-toe, how you divide a space into 9 squares. Then we're not going to physically do that, or literally do that, but we're compartmentalizing that in our mind. So I'll show you a visual of this. I'll just share my screen. I think, there we go. Okay, before I show you the picture, this quote is awesome, and I wanted to share this with you. The amount of endurance one has in doTERRA, or anything else, is directly proportionate to the clarity of their vision. So I hope you'll ponder that, because the things that you don't want to do, or that when bad things happen, no one shows up to your class, what gets you through that is vision, and vision board is a tool to help you keep that vision and keep a clear vision. But let's get to the board. So some of you have some vision boards that look like this, and they're cool, right? I mean, they have so many things. It reminds me of more like an art project, and there's so many great things there. But to me, my mind just couldn't deal with that. There's just so much going on that I couldn't focus on how I was going to get these things, right? So you could have some success with this, but if you change and do it my way, I think you'll see how it could even be more successful. So great if you have one of these, and I hope you'll change and to do what I'm going to show you. So this is the tic-tac-toe that I was talking about. And then this would be the vision board. So this person has decided to divide the 9 squares into like categories. You can see wealth, family, education, reputation, and so forth, travel. So you don't have to do this. You can, if you want to have 3 travel goals and 2 money goals, and then the rest relationship, or however you want to do it. I will say the one thing I've done that has worked is that center square is where I put the thing that I want now, like the most important thing. So like if I'm trying to achieve rank right now, I'll put that rank there. So I say that I want to be a diamond. I'll put something that is a diamond, and then those 4 silvers that I need in that square. So you're going to divide it into squares like a tic-tac-toe board. And then the next thing is, I went backwards, sorry, is images. Like we need images. Like our brain is hungry for images, and it feeds on those images. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. I know in your brain you thought 1,000 words. That's amazing, right? An image is 1,000 words. Like, so, and our brain wants those images. And I mean, think about images and how powerful they are, and our brain wants those images. So I always include images, like images and words. So this is an image of money, or this image of, but it has health. So images and words. So we're going both sides of our brain, but the images you put there are really important. And now let's talk about placement. This is why I want the vision board so close to my bed. So I'll give you a peek in my bedroom. This is my side of the bed here on the left. My vision board's right on the wall. So the reason that I want it close is because I want you to spend 3-4 minutes intensely looking at your vision board first thing in the morning and right before you go to bed. So, and I know you're in that spot at those times. So for example, I wake up, I'm a prayerful person. So I get down on my knees, I say my prayers, and then I look at my vision board for 3 or 4 minutes. So sometimes I might only have 7 images. Sometimes I might have 9, but no more than 9 images. Okay. And I look at those very intensely for that period of time. And then in the evening, before I go to bed, I look at my vision board intensely for 3 or 4 minutes, each spending, 20, 30 seconds on each item. And I do that before I retire for the night. So that's why I want it close to your bed. Now, even if you are a skeptic and you're like, oh, vision, I don't know, vision board, I don't get what looking at that's going to do. I mean, just think about this. Like if you had your 9 most important goals and you looked at them twice a day, because my guess is most people don't look at their goals twice a week, but twice a day, and it reminded you of those things, and you started even thinking a little, it's going to help, right? Well, and for those of you who are right with me and believe that these vision board is really going to help you, then twice a day, and you're not spending a lot of time. I'm not saying you have to spend 30 minutes looking at it. I'm saying 3 or 4 minutes. A lot of times you get up in the morning, you got stuff to do, right? So 3 minutes. And the night you're tired, 3 minutes, look at your vision board. So, and remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? So get it up on your wall. And later, if you want to go buy all the fancy stuff to make it look like, obviously, my wife bought the frame and the stuff that I have there, but it didn't start out that way. So let's just get going on that. Now, there's some key things. Like, I don't believe that just having a vision board and staring at it is going to be the most effective way. In fact, I actually think if if it could be harmful if you're not willing to take action. I think it could actually stunt your growth rather than promote you getting these goals. Like, you have to get out there and you have to work towards these goals. And it, like, picture the guy that he makes a vision board and then he thinks that the universe is somehow just going to grant these things to him and he doesn't have to do anything. So he has on there like a super cool car, a well-paying job, a beautiful house, and a gorgeous girlfriend. And then he just looks at his vision board every day and he thinks, okay, those things are, somehow those are going to be gifted to me. And he doesn't do anything, right? He doesn't improve his skills to get a better job. He doesn't go out socially at all and try to put himself out there to meet anybody. Like, that is harmful to him because he needs to actually do something. So we're not going to be that person. So let me introduce you to a couple of key things to make this vision board work. If you really want to get the things off your vision board, then these, I can't stress how important they are. So first of all, I have this notebook. This is just ugly. I think this is an ugly notebook. It's so cheap. And it's black, right? So I have my kind of ugly notebook because when I'm standing in front of my vision board for those 3 minutes and I'm intensely looking at those images and reading those words, and I'm thinking about what are my next steps in creating this, I start getting thoughts in my head. Somehow these thoughts get put there that says, Dave, you can't get that. Like, you're not good enough. Like, you're not handsome enough. You're not smart enough. You're too old. You're not in great shape. How are you going to get that health goal? Like, you don't like running, or exercise. I mean, just, the thoughts that come. It's like, you're stupid. This isn't going to happen. You're not a good leader. You're not a good father. All those things, they just start coming. You start, I don't know, but they do. And if you don't think that you're going to press on your brain and you're going to try to create something, you're not going to have these thoughts, then I think you're kidding yourself. Like, you really need, you may have heard those thoughts so long that you don't even recognize them, but we've got to get them out. Like, I learned, if you can see it, you can stop it. If you can see it, you can stop it. So that's what this book is for. So I write down those negative thoughts while I'm looking at that board. I write them down on paper, and you can see where I've ripped out. So I write them down. And honestly, when I see them on paper, I'm like, none of those are true. Like, I'm smart enough. I'm good enough. I have enough experience. I have support. I'm a good enough leader. I'm a good enough. They don't hold any meaning when I see them on paper. I'm like, no, those are lies. So I rip it out of the book. I rip it up. I shred it up, and I throw it in the garbage, or I flush it in the toilet. I've been known to burn sometimes. Don't burn it in your house, though. Be careful. But get rid of it. Get rid of those. If you can see it, you can stop it. The next thing I want you to have is a notebook that you love. So it might have your favorite art. It might be your favorite colors. Maybe, maybe that it's just beautiful to you. Something that inspires you. So this is mine right now. And I put a sticker on it, and it says, "Get moving forward." And I got this from someone that was helping me and I admire. So it means something. And so this notebook is to write down all the good ideas that you have while you are thinking about what are those next steps. Like, what do I need to do next to achieve this goal and get this thing off my leaderboard, or to go on that trip, or to buy the certain thing that you really want, that new mountain bike, or that, or to raise that money for the charity or whatever. So you want to be thinking of those next steps, and you'll get ideas. First of all, you're pressing on your brain, and I think we're born to be creators and co-create, and you're going to get good ideas, and you're going to write them down. Otherwise, you're going to forget them, and they might come while you're looking. They might come after you lay down. They might come when you first wake up, but you have them written in this book. And don't ignore any of them. Some of those might seem like, well, that's not going to help me. Like, how is apologizing and fixing this relationship with this person in my past going to help me achieve diamond? Well, you would be surprised. But listen, first of all, you're going to get you're going to work with your brain. You're going to get some inspiration, and you're putting out a vibration that other people are going to answer. And you're going to find people to help you to do those things. Okay. So we're going to write down the negatives. We're going to trash them. We are going to keep a great book about all the positive and all the things all the ideas we have that will help us get there. And then the last thing I'm going to say is your self-talk. Like, be really aware of your self-talk, because if you start saying negative self-talk to yourself, like, oh my gosh, I'm so dumb, or I just can't keep, I'm a terrible housekeeper, I'm a terrible mom, I'm a bad dad, I'm fat, and like all those things, like that really makes your brain sad. And we don't need a sad brain. Like, we need a happy brain, and we want to train our brain, and we want to love it and control those thoughts. And doing those things, I guarantee you're going to have more success with your vision board than you ever have. You're going to stay motivated. You're going to have good ideas, and you're going to see yourself getting there and the steps you have to take to get there. Then the last thing that I want you to do is, I keep this notebook, and this is everything that I take off my vision board. So I keep sheet protectors inside. And so the first thing I had was on my vision board was blue diamond. And so I pulled that off and I put it in my book. I wanted to go to the Masters. I'm a big golfer. I want to go to the Masters golf tournament. Hardest ticket in sports. I went. That was 2014. Some just have words. Like, this was like, I wanted to earn a check for $40,000 from doTERRA, home theater, lunch with an author that I really admired, raise some money for Nurturing Nations, which is a charity that we love, more monthly checks of $60,000, $70,000, more charitable money, trips to Hawaii, rent a home in Tuscany. But anyway, I keep those things in this book. This is my book of evidence, because sometimes when things aren't getting on my vision board, or I'm having setbacks and I think, oh, this isn't working anymore, then I go to this book of evidence that I've created for myself, that I can go back and say, oh no, I remember I got that. So this helped me with that. And my belief comes back, and I know that a vision board is a tool that will help me achieve the things that I want to achieve. So I hope that you will get your vision board going, that you don't worry about it being perfect, but you get your images up there. You start writing in your book. The thing that will kill your vision board faster than anything that will make it less effective is not doing these two things. So I wish you the best. Know your values, live your values, and you just keep working hard. And I know that you can achieve the success that you want. Again, I'm Dave Miller. Thank you for listening.